Hello, and welcome back to Control. Time for us to talk to the board, whoever the fuck they are. Crisis. Uh-oh, in Foundation. Wait, what? We demand your attention. Moxie. The fuck? Oldest house is in danger. We open the door. Tree in maintenance. Wait, what? Hurry, post haste. I was literally just there.
Problem in the Foundation. That was Auti's vacation spot.
Yeah.
We need to check this out.
Yeah, the roots of Yggdrasil. At least that's what I'm calling them. I could be way off, but that's what it seemed like. Apparently we're gonna go right back there. That's where it is. I did not know that. Anybody in here? Good God, this place has seen better days. Hey! Alright. At least we can just teleport right there. To the Foundation. So if it's so important, it has to have something to do with Audi, right? Because why else would he go there for his quote-unquote vacation?
Right. Trans-dimensional. This place really suits Auti.
Why is Polaris
so that
there?
etching is the door.
I saw this last time.
Okay, let's try opening it.
All right, like I said, these look like roots and then a tree. And if it's the base of the oldest house, that's why I'm thinking literally the oldest house is Yggdrasil, but I could be just reading into it, I guess. Speak and open. Oh, speak friends. Friends. There we go. I knew it. Better than open sesame, I guess. Open sesame.
No time for sightseeing. The board said this was an emergency.
Is this red sand like from the projector? Because that's a problem. Well, we pull stalactites off. That's good to know. Research site gamma.
Down here in a while.
But they knew of it. Self-lighting, that's nice. Very blinding. It moves like the oldest house. Restructuring itself like that. Don't know, but I don't think that's black rock.
The crystals are kind of pretty. Emily would be having a field day down here.
Search site Delta. Well, let's see what's going on here.
Life's been a strange one. Certainly stranger than I'd like. But this place, it's something else. The floors crawl, the walls slither. It's a shifting pit. On sight, it's just another drab building standing there for anyone to see. But no one does. How do we miss it? Northmore. Acting director Northmore now is on a train from Washington. He'll expect answers, which is why I'm making these tapes. They're evidence that I'm at least trying to understand. Father searched his entire life for something like this, and we find it 1 week after he's buried. He always hated irony. Of course, Father, the great director, Ash, would have been the first man in. And look at me, his bookworm son, the supposed head of research who can't stop his legs from shaking long enough to step over the threshold.
So Northmore was the director before Trench, right? And I'm assuming that guy's father was before Northmore. So came here to look around at stuffs and things. Dude, this shit is scary as all hell. The fact that you're scared doesn't mean you're less of a fucking researcher. Cave paintings of humans. Is this an area that's accessible to regular human beings? Or do humans exist on other planes as well?
Foundation. Bottom of the oldest house. Stop the hiss.
Marshall? How was she on the hotline? Unless... she's
She
dead.
died? Well, not
Jesus.
necessarily.
She seemed like the kind of woman who could survive anything.
I mean, she was a badass, but you know how things go around here. All right, let's see what she actually frickin' said. I hate that you don't get the full thing right away.
I only heard of the Foundation when I became head of operations. The very bottom of the oldest house. Director access only. Just the name alone is classified. Zachariah gave me a tour the day I was promoted. Said I should see it for myself, to understand. After that, I snuck down on my own from time to time to keep tabs on the place, and on them. But nothing ever changed down there. Not even the walls. It's solid, permanent, different from the rest of the house. Of course, they were always watching me. I never stayed long. I'm not stupid. I have to stop the hiss from finding this place. I'm the only one who can.
Why? And the walls are changing. Did they just not change before? We're not getting out that way. So hopefully she's not dead, but those are not normal hiss. Oh, they are. Okay.
Too, huh?
Well, she wasn't able to stop them. She may very well have given her life to stop them. Level 3 don't care. Alright, we got Site Delta or whatever is this way. Death! Apparently. Do I have enough? Nope. I can't get high enough. Okay. And I don't know if I can land on that stuff. That would be a no. I didn't mean to fall down. Damn it. Oh, cool. It's not... Never mind. It doesn't cost me anything. Huh. Okay. Did it just take health? Oh, wait. Which way did I come down? That way, I think. Come on, Jesse. Climb your way up. Up. Ooh, 6. Charge, blast, boost. Blast radius 119%. I'm assuming that's basically like a rocket launcher, right? All right, let's see. We're definitely getting rid of something to get this. Load out. Load out. All right, do we have anything to get rid of? It'd be nice to be able to get rid of some of this stuff. Just saying. Anything to replace or something like that. All right, what do we have here? Nope, don't care. I did not mean to put it on there. What did I have here before? God damn it. That was that one. Okay. I've got plenty of room in personal mods. That's the thing. All right, that's the same as that one, so don't want it. There we go. That one's probably really worth keeping. I didn't know there were level 6s. All right, Site Delta is the only place for us to go. Okay, this red sand has me concerned. I mean, there could be red sand in other places. More hiss. Shit. And You're done, son. What up? Want to hang out with me for a little bit? 4? Ha! That's chump change. How the fuck am I supposed to get into this? Yeah, I can't break it. Okay. Sorry, man. What did you drop? Level 3? It's just pathetic. Alright. Well, we got quick travel ready to go. Yeah, the fact that they are bottomless pits makes me think that normal human beings shouldn't have been able to get here, and yet we saw those cave paintings earlier. Unless they're another race. A place like this, is that Black Rock? A place like this could not be kept a secret. They were definitely excavating. No. Huh. Is this place? Why it doesn't... I don't see why it would be so important. Hello, there we go. Are these guys teleporters? Is that an axe? They're like Neanderthals. What the fuck? Are these the natives or something?
The Hiss are using pickaxes now.
What the actual hell? It's not a new type either. Okay. Level 4, ha, pathetic. Well, that's not something I was expecting. Guess they're just low levels that can teleport. You'd think that'd be another classification. But apparently not. Tom, you missed the good news. I am sure the official memo will go out soon, but Northmore called an all hands at the crossroads to announce we're finally moving out of this hellhole and up into the house proper. Bureau Brass apparently solved the moving walls problem, or at least figured out a way to pinpoint where and when they happen. All I know is going up means goodbye darkness, goodbye weird lunches with that ex-Nazi scientist. Say what? And goodbye pissing into the pit. I know that was you, Barry. Yo. Northmore's ordering the foundation sealed as soon as we can haul our stuff out and somehow convince Ash to come with us. He's the only one kicking up a fuss. This is long overdue. We've lost 11 men and damn near $10,000 in supplies moving between the entrance and the foundation. And for what? Research? Ash is batty if he thinks we want to stay here and sift through more sand for him. It's just rusted iron flakes anyway. Did you hear that? We were breathing that shit in. So it's rusty iron. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. So this is not the red sand, so this is definitely not the same place. Definitely seems like it's really stuck to the floor. If there were iron flakes, then yeah, that's why. They wouldn't be able to kick them up easily. Yeah, thank you. Right, at some point, I'm assuming I'm going to be able to break through those. Yeah, let's just avoid them altogether. Whether they be toxic or not, they're still, you know, geysers. Superheated, what looks like air. Yeah, not a fan. I'll avoid them. Not a fan. Superheated, high velocity air. Fun times. All right, what do we got here? Mr. Wilder, I have some bad news. You remember that Robert Ricardo fella we brought in as a special consultant to map the lower caves? Well, today he found a chamber with weird eyes covering every inch of the walls, and a strange black pillar in the center. Kind of looks like the one at the crossroads, but smaller. We had a bureau member shadowing him, but whatever happened in there did a number on our guest. The docs are taking a look, but it's pretty clear Mr. Adventurer's exploring days are over. I know we were careful to limit the guy's exposure to the non-ordinary. Drugging him and carrying him through the upper floor was a real hoot, by the way. But we really need to reevaluate our policies on external contractors. Honestly, we'd be better off forming a special division trained in repelling and orientating than subjecting more outsiders to the shit we deal with. They almost always end up dead or loony, Marcus. Yeah, I could see that happening. I'm assuming he was a professional guide or tracker of some sort, and that's why they brought him down here? Yeah. So they had to drug him just to get him through the house and into here and say it was another location somewhere on Earth. I'm assuming they didn't say another location on Earth.
The astral plane is cutting into our dimension.
How?
This happens in the upper floors. It'll destroy the bureau.
Destroy the world? What are you talking about? Oh, there, it's the hiss. I thought it was like a mannequin or something. Give me a hand. Thank you. Astral copy. What's that? Oh, here we go. I don't know why it didn't pop up. Field research on Hiss entity. Hiss sharpened agent. Confidential. Summary. Hiss sharpened agents display the paranatural ability to rapidly move short distances. Looks more like they can teleport. The ability is unique in the fact that it's not associated with any known object of power. However, we should not discount the possibility that this ability is an object variation. For example, abrupt physical relocation, APR, could potentially be a variation of the jukebox's effect. Other explanations of the Hiss sharpened ability currently include momentary time manipulation, brief increase in physical speed, or inhibiting the witness's sense of sight. I don't think that's it because of how fast they move. If we do accept that the Hiss sharpens abilities is not connected to a known object of power, then the Hiss are either manifesting unique paranatural abilities or there are objects in the house that we are not aware of. Either way, the Hiss are continuing to develop new strains of corruption, and that is cause for concern. Refer to file for full report. Yeah, it's pretty much cause for concern. Field research on astral entity, astral copy, confidential. Summary. With the astral plane now physically accessible, a torrent of new information has been collected on the entities known as astral copies. The copies' bodies are composed of dense stone-like material that is both resilient under controlled circumstances and brittle when struck with significant force. See report A11-1633 for full composition analysis. Whether the astral copies possess individual consciousness or are directed by a higher intelligence such as the board remains unknown. However, their shared aggression seems to indicate a unified goal. Director Faden's encounter with these entities when binding objects of power in the astral plane indicate they serve a live target for potential paratalians to practice on. Some have been equipped with Bureau weaponry, though it seems unlikely they were armed by our personnel. It is important to note that they appear immune to the Hiss corruption. Refer to file for full report. So yeah, they did look like the mannequins from, there it is right there, the mannequins from Practice in the astral plane. The fact though that the, I wonder how I can get up there. The fact that, the board is sending us up here, though, kind of points to them not wanting this to happen. You know? Just a hunch, but I don't think they want it to happen.
I wish I'd brought Emily with me. I could really use my head of research right about now.
Yeah, that would be nice. I don't know how to get up there. Maybe I'll get an object or something that'll make me fly higher. Is that an arrow pointing that way, or is that the edge of a cube? The corner of a cube, rather.
Marshall? Marshall!
Oh.
You're alive!
Jesse, shut up!
Wait! It's Jesse!
Seriously,
The
Jesse?
director!
Wait to see what's gonna happen. Don't just shout out in a dark place with hostile mobs? Hostile people?
Whoa. This place is huge. Marshall? Can you hear me?
Jesse,
She was
seriously.
on the hotline, so that person couldn't have been Marshall, right? One problem at a time. Let's see what's going on with that pillar first.
Investigate the nail, or the small part of the nail. I say we look around first and avoid that completely. Yeah, we have no information on what this place actually is. Kind of annoying.
It's been 5 days since we first entered the building. Traversing the interior is dangerous due to the shifting, but we did manage to find a lower cavern that seems structurally predictable, which is a scientific way of saying its walls won't crush us in our sleep.
That's good.
Northmore even made a discovery. A pistol placed on a stone pedestal in front of that strange ebony pillar.
Wait, what?
Seems like something out of a storybook, except the heroes usually find swords, not handguns. But it is the perfect lure for someone like him. Hours after finding this weapon, Northmore cornered me to spout some nonsense about how the board had made him the director. He ranted about the title being meaningless before now, calling Father and all other previous directors shams, frauds, and worse. I think this place is worse for Northmore than it is for me. Strangest thing? There was no pedestal in front of that pillar a day ago. This building has swallowed a dozen of my men, and now it's handing out presents? Is it playing some sort of game? If it is, we're most certainly losing. Hell, we don't even know the rules.
Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of this stuff. But the fact of the matter is, a pedestal somewhere there had this gun, I'm assuming. And it wasn't, the directors from the beginning of time didn't, from the beginning of the Bureau at the very least, didn't have access to the board. The board came with the gun. And they just all of a sudden claimed they had the right to say that people were director or not? That's very fucking suspicious, right? I don't like that. Base camp is that away. Yeah, that's a cliff. Oh, no, it's not a cliff. I was assuming cliff-like structures. Shield injury energy recovery. Wait, what? Okay, let's not go down here yet. Not just yet. Damn it! Jesse, stop that. Don't fly into the wall, fly up the wall. Alright, let's go behind the pedestal. It looks like there's a bright spot on the front of it. Yeah, Polaris wants me to go to it. But I don't want to do that yet. I want information before I start touching things. On the nature of the pillar. The pillar found in the crossroads is best described as an onyx spike that protrudes from the cave floor like an imposing stalagmite. Despite its aggressive silhouette, the structure has an undeniable allure. Freud would certainly have something to say about the pillar's overly erect nature, but I'm more drawn to Whitmore's essay on dynamic layers, structures within structures, the fractal mirror in every being. Given its significant location, I believe the pillar is either the very heart of the oldest house or an intrusion within that heart. Or perhaps it's like the husk of a seed from which the oldest tree has sprouted, again with the Yggdrasil comparisons. Trottier wrote, I don't know if that's the way to pronounce that name, wrote that that great architecture isn't built, it grows. But then why does the pillar look so different from the rest of this place's concrete walls and rocky caverns? It's easier to see it as an anomaly, a buried artifact, a foreign body, a demonic phallus. I wonder if this pillar is any more welcome here than we are. I don't know. You'd think that the oldest house would have pushed it out by now, but maybe it can't. Ley lines. On ley lines and their energies. For all my research in the oldest house ley lines, I still don't understand why they converge here at the base of this pillar. I suppose the simplest reason is that they have to converge somewhere. Occam's razor and all that, but that seems wrong. The esoteric world abhors coincidence. So what is the true relationship between this pillar and the ley lines? Does it act as a magnet attracting them? Polar north? Or is the pillar a product of their focused energies, a sprout nourished by the constant flow of the oldest house's power? Perhaps classifying the power would provide some insight. However, we currently have no means of measuring or quantifying it. Given time, it may become possible to collect and even harness this energy. On that note, Northmore is bringing in the much-lauded Dr. Gustav Wagner from headquarters in D.C. to aid my research. I suppose this is his way of saying he doesn't trust me to work unsupervised. Let's just hope Dr. Wagner is as smart as his dearly departed Führer. I know that word, just threw me for a loop for a second. Once believed him to be. Yay! Ex-Nazi scientists. Project Paperclip all over again. Just fucking wonderful. I mean, the intelligence is there. What was done is another matter entirely. Weird how this leads up here, but there's nothing here. Ooh, what's this? I walked right past this. These are human hands, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, fingers. And then all these humanoid fingers floating like the hiss. Did this happen before? Have the hiss tried to invade from the astral plane before? Or a plane just through the astral plane, maybe? I don't know. Okay. I'm second guessing the board already. That's going to be a problem later, isn't it? I want to see what's down here real quick. And pop. Elemental source gain. Elemental? Wait, what? Wow, I feel like I'm close to the bottom of a lake or something. Oh, no, never mind. It goes down into eternity. I thought it was on the shore or something. Ouch. That hurt. I died. Okay, well, all we have is the nail. All we have is... Where am I? Ah, damn it. Well, anyways, I'll make my way back over there next time. So, hopefully you enjoyed my nonsense. If you did, a like, comment, subscribing, and hitting that bell icon would be greatly appreciated. This has been Boy Lag, signing off.